time for Down on the Corner with Dale Hoffman, North Arkansas's premier news talk program. Brought to you by Brood Awakening Coffee, with 3 locations to serve you. Baxter Regional Medical Center lobby, Highway 62 412 at Balmer Boulevard, and the Walmart East Plaza. And now, Down on the Corner.
Good morning, North Central Arkansas and Southern Missouri. It is Wednesday, October 24th, 2018, and it is 7 a.m.
We got the tail of Bob Rechtenwald leaving.
You went wide angle just for that.
I was trying to rush it. We got the best side of him.
You went wide angle just to do that, didn't you?
I did.
Well, good morning, everybody. Welcome to Down on the Corner program. Dale Hoffman, your host, along with Scooter Callis. Hope your morning's off to a great start.
It's a beautiful morning.
Oh, how about this weather? Isn't this gorgeous?
I'm loving every minute of it.
So good. Morning, Jamie.
Yeah, I'm loving every morning of it.
Oh, yeah. A lot of fun.
Like the cool, like I said, I like the cool
nights,
weather.
Warm days. What was
Yesterday
it? 70,
was beautiful.
Man. Gorgeous.
And I don't know, actually, I went to Little Rock yesterday.
You poor soul.
We got down there, and I mean, it was still pretty cool outside. I had a little long sleeve shirt
in Little Rock?
Yeah.
Cool in Little Rock?
Yeah, I was shocked. I had a short sleeve with me, a long sleeve.
I opened the garage door and worked on some stuff. You know, my hobby is the old electronics and stuff, and got another unit up and running, and it was pretty comfortable.
I did learn something.
First time for everything.
Went down to Little Rock, went to the Cisco Food Show, which was amazing. They had the Verizon Center, and it was full end to end.
Really?
So we were going around there. We were there for like 4 hours, and of course they want you to try everything, and so you're just having little snacks. You're not eating a meal, but 4 hours later, you are miserable.
Then you get to drive home.
Yeah, that was a miserable ride home. I'm just saying.
You know better than that.
It was good, though.
Oh, anyway, we're enjoying Brood Awakening Coffee here at the studio. Hope you're doing the same thing. 3 locations to serve you in Mountain Home. Balmer Boulevard, of course, stays very busy between 7 and 8 o'clock. Then you got Baxter Regional Medical Center lobby. And we've got 62 East Plaza out by Anytime Fitness. I just got a big old bag of coffee sitting over there. I got about 3 more pounds come in. Went out there and loaded up on some more.
That'll last you 2 or 3 days?
At least. Brood Awakening Coffee, the best coffee in town. If you're not drinking Brood Awakening, you're just drinking muddy water. Brood Awakening Coffee with 3 locations to serve you while sitting there waiting on the coffee to be ground. Just looked at the entire menu board of all the different blends and flavors and types of coffees that they have to offer it. So you're missing out if you're not going to Brood Awakening. So 3 locations in Mountain Home to serve you. Balmer Boulevard, BMC lobby, and of course 62 East Plaza out by Anytime Fitness. And of course, Roller Funeral Homes of Arkansas bring the morning prayer each and every day with all our respect across the state. The utmost in professionalism and dignity, respect, and just wanting to serve you to the utmost, and to make sure that service for your loved one is just the way you want it. So when the need arises, Roller Funeral Homes across the state of Arkansas. So let's pause now for our morning prayer. Heavenly Father, today, Lord, as we discuss treatment for addictions through our local hospital, I wanted to pray for those that suffer with addictions, drug, alcohol, prescription meds, whatever it may be. Lord, I pray you help these people realize help is available. And Lord, in some old movies, I've heard characters say, I need a drink. All we really need is water. But to say I need an alcoholic drink to cope with the situation can sometimes lead to an addiction. Then the cocaine meth addiction that can lead to death. Lord, these people, they need help with an escape to get away from these substances. Oh, Lord, let them get their lives back. And that's my prayer today. Amen.
Amen.
Roller Funeral Homes of Arkansas, bringing morning prayer each and every day with all our respect across the state of Arkansas. Roller Funeral Homes.
And now,
the out-of-tune trumpet.
I don't know if I've got it this morning.
Brace yourself.
Da, da, da. There it is. That's it.
I can't tell if that was an extremely sharp note or did the next one go flat. I get on the piano.
That was a bent trumpet.
Sally was run over by something. Morning weather brought to you by Old Time Restaurant on the square in Mountain Home. Old Time Restaurant. Hey, come home for breakfast.
Yeah, that's
for lunch.
What it's all about. Go in and hang out, have fun.
Yeah.
The waitress is going to give you a hard time. That's just how it is.
Yeah.
And try to enjoy life a little bit. Forget about your troubles during the day and
a lot
try
of
to
people
enjoy
come
a meal.
in there and,
We've got breakfast burritos for a special this morning. Come with hash browns, $5.88. Can't beat it. For lunch, we actually got two specials. We got ham and beans or liver and onions. Both come with two sides. Roller cornbread, $6.88. Can't beat it.
Old-time restaurant.
Her ham and beans are amazing.
Just like going to Grandma's house.
There
Old-time
you
restaurant
go.
on the square. Come on down, have some fun. Old-time restaurant on the square. Bring the morning weather each and every day. Right now, the rainy weather for the Gulf is on this map right here, if we can throw that one up there.
Yep.
Looks like we got some showers in East Texas, and this preliminary map now, the forecast map through 2 o'clock on Thursday, or 2 o'clock Thursday morning. Low pressure system sitting in the Gulf of Mexico to the west of New Orleans, and you can see there's some possibility of some heavy rains in east central Texas, west central Louisiana, southern Arkansas with moderate rain there. But overall, it's just another fall week and fall weekend coming up. Check those temperatures real quick. Right now we're at 44 degrees in Mountain Home, 45 at Harrison. Hardy checks in at 43 degrees. Beautiful Hardy, Arkansas. Love the antique shops there, right there by the Spring River. Beautiful little town. If you've not visited Hardy, Arkansas, drive through.
Do you ever take the bypass, or do you go right through?
I go right through town.
I do too, every time.
Now, if you'll notice, it's not marked bypass. It says truck route.
Truck route, yeah. It's kind of like a relief route for the bigger trucks.
Get the tractor trailers to where they don't go downtown because it's so tight downtown. Hardy, Arkansas at 43 degrees. Mountain View checks in at 41, 45 at Yellville. Marshall's at 41 degrees. Calico Rock, there's another wonderful little town, Calico Rock, kind of revitalized that downtown area by the river. 44 degrees there. St. Louis, Missouri checks in at 33, a little bit cooler up there. Poplar Bluff at 37, while Branson's at 43, West Plains at 41, and Watford City's warmed up 20 degrees from yesterday. It's 39 in Watford City, North Dakota, where my son and daughter are. Heat wave. There. Wow, take the jacket off here in Watford City. National radar shows showers, a lot of showers in Texas, Arizona, Colorado, a little bit in Oklahoma, and they stretch up into Wyoming and western Nebraska right now. And so this is the front that they're saying is going to affect our weather later on tonight. Tomorrow we'll get the forecast here in a minute. First, we'll check the Little Rock stop. You can see the Texas, mainly the Texas radar. It's really, really a lot of rain in Texas right now. Let's take a look at the Little Rock stop first. We'll go to Little Rock and check that for you. It looks like it's all clear in Arkansas. I'll check those highways for you. 62, 412 east and west is clear. Highway 65, Little Rock to Branson in good shape. Little Rock, Batesville, Little Rock, Poplar Bluff on highways 167 and 67 in good shape. Highway 63 in good shape. Interstates 30, 40, 49, 55, and 555 look like they are clear as a bell right now. Right?
There you go.
There you go. And we'll go back and check the state of Missouri real quick. We'll hit the St. Louis stop first. I-70 Columbia to St. Louis is clear. 70 east out of St. Louis, Vandalia, Effingham in good shape. I-44 Rolla, St. Louis. 64 east from East St. Louis, Illinois to Mount Vernon in good shape. You see Interstate 55 coming in from the south. I-24 coming in from Murfreesboro, Nashville, Tennessee to Paducah, coming in right there south of Carbondale, Illinois. That's a good route. I've gone from Murfreesboro to Nashville and come back through Kentucky. That's a beautiful drive. You want to see some pretty farms, take I-24 from Nashville into Kentucky and then come back in.
Pretty.
It's very pretty. Come into Paducah and grab 60 West. There's a point over there where you're on 60 West and you're in Kentucky.
Okay.
And let me think now, you come in from Kentucky and you cross the Ohio River and you come into Illinois. You turn left and literally from here to the front door, literally, you cross the bridge in Missouri. So you can go Kentucky, Illinois, Missouri in about 2 minutes at 30 miles an hour. And you can see this very southern tip of Illinois right there where the Mississippi and the Ohio Rivers come together. Really pretty right there. So if you're looking for a good drive, then head over to Paducah, Kentucky on Highway 60. Check the Springfield stop real quick. Springfield, Missouri area, Joplin. Let me go back to Tulsa. Tulsa, Joplin, Springfield, I-44, Lebanon, Rolla in good shape. Kansas City, I-70. Looks like towards Columbia going east is in good shape. And so, not much going on right now. It's going to be another pretty day. I think we got cloud cover moving in. Let me go back to that radar because the forecaster's saying that the cloud front that's out in front of that rain will probably start coming in about 1, 2, or 3 o'clock this afternoon. So as the afternoon progresses, we'll have some cloud cover come in.
Pretty good storm coming through.
Yeah, well, we'll check the forecast now. In fact, I'm going to refresh this thing to make sure it's updated here. Speedy, my computer here. There we go. Speedy's doing good today. For today, sunny and high of 61. Then tonight, 50% chance of showers, a low of 43. For Thursday, a 40% chance of showers. Excuse me. Throughout the day, chance of rain, 52-degree 52 degrees the high for Thursday. Then Thursday night, 50% chance of showers, 43 our low. Friday, 20% chance of showers with a high of 57 degrees. Friday night, mostly cloudy. Then Saturday warms back up to 64 degrees, a 20% chance of showers on Saturday night, 30% chance on Sunday. Low Saturday night of 44 degrees, and Sunday a high of 82.
So at some point, we're probably going to get some rain.
Yeah. Yeah. You think?
That's what it's looking like.
So, I'm surprised it doesn't have like 80% chance of rain when you guys are setting up the cameras for football in Yellville on Friday night.
Yeah, what's the show on Friday night?
20% chance with a high of 57 all day. So, it's going to be football weather at Yellville. Who are they playing?
Yellville, Mountain View.
At Yellville.
Yep.
Wow.
That'll be a good game.
Yeah, going to be good.
I will say this since you brought it up, because both of them are shooting for making it in the playoffs. Both Mountain View and Yellville. So it'll.
This is a sudden death tournament type thing.
It is. I think if Yellville wins either one of their next two, I think that they get in. And I know Mountain View's got a shot in it too. So
that'd be a good football
game.
Should
be a good game.
Football game be available 7 p.m. Friday night right here on XL7 TV, hometown television.
And while we're at it, I'm going to go ahead and say it. The volleyball team, Mountain Home Volleyball, had won their first round at the state tournament. So congratulations for that. Also, both Mountain Home cross country teams are now officially 5A conference champions.
There you go. Congrats,
so that's amazing.
Guys. Great.
I thought that was really cool. Needed to be mentioned.
And my lottery winning ticket wound up in South Carolina.
See, I knew you went to the wrong place to buy it.
Yeah, I should have drove 1,000.
It would have been worth that 1,000 miles. That's right. I bought some tickets too. I hadn't checked.
That's the first time I've ever done it. I don't ever think about the lottery.
I don't either. My wife does.
Talk about a rookie. What do I do now? Hand me $4, you get a ticket. Okay, here's $4.
I'm married, so I have somebody to remind me of that stuff. Hey, can you pick me up some lottery tickets? Sure, why not?
Community calendar brought to you by Affordable Housing, 741-2883. If you need more affordable housing or better affordable, how do you say that? Not more affordable, better affordable. If you need affordable housing, call Affordable Housing.
There you go.
741-2883. The Veterans Benefit Concert takes place October 27th, 2018 from 10 to 2 at Minnie Harris Park in Harrison, Arkansas, with all proceeds benefiting the DAV Chapter 6 in Harrison. Live music by Whistling Dixie. There'll be silent auction, bounce house vendors, and many more. Brought to you by Vexus Boats, Cruise Planners, and presented by Homestead Senior Care. Going to be a lot of fun in Harrison at Minnie Harris Park this Saturday, October 27th from 10 to 2. Come out and enjoy the Veterans Benefit Concert with all proceeds going to the DAV Chapter 6 in Harrison, Arkansas. And once again, another reminder about Kindness Incorporated's annual Golden Gala takes place November 10th from 6 to 10 p.m. This is their major fundraiser. The gala sponsor for $2,500, the gold sponsor for $1,200, silver sponsor for $750, bronze for $250, while table decoration sponsor for $150. Kindness Incorporated is a transportation service that serves Baxter and Marion counties, providing transportation for those who need to go to a doctor's appointment, pharmacy, doctor, pharmacy, hair appointment, shopping, just regular routine stuff where they can't get in the vehicle and just drive where they need to be or call a friend or family. So Kindness Incorporated provides that transportation at no cost to them. It's basically a volunteer service, so they need volunteers, but most of all, they need financial contributions. You call Debbie Womack at 870-425-6475 and say, I want to be a sponsor, and she will welcome you with open arms. So, let's see. I got one more here. I think I've got the...
I think you had two more, didn't you?
Well... Don't you love my organization over here?
Yeah, you probably
the filing
have
system
no clue where it's at. Did you ever print them?
Yeah, what am I reading here?
Oh, I don't know. I was just asking. Yesterday you read them off the computer, I thought.
Well, one of them is like 8 paragraphs. It's the Artisans display at the Beanfest in Mountain View.
That's right.
So Beanfest in Mountain View takes place this weekend, but the press release has since like 8 or 9 paragraphs. So you have the Artisans Market at Beanfest in Mountain View. That's all day on Saturday on the square in Mountain View. A lot of fun in Mountain View. If you don't have anything going on.
Annual outhouse races.
Yeah. I think one of our favorite senators will be there. Missy, if you're watching. I tell you what, I was down there for one of the Beanfest. Oh my goodness, is it crowded downtown?
It is.
Oh my
packed.
goodness. Wow. Soul
We've been
Sneakers
down there.
basketball registration at First Baptist Church is ongoing. You register online at firstbaptistmountainhome.com. Soul Sneakers basketball for 4-year-olds through 8th grade. It's basketball and cheerleading, $25 to play basketball, $35 to cheer. The money provides T-shirt, devotional cards, weekly merit awards, and end-of-season gift. The cheerleading T-shirt, pom-poms, devotion cards, weekly merit awards, end-of-season gift as well. Coaches and volunteers are needed. Call Julie at 425-5421 to find out any more information you might need on that. I think we're, in the 20th or 23rd year of
Yeah,
what
it's
used
been
to be
going for a while.
Upward Soul Sneakers.
Yep.
Yeah, so... Community calendar brought to you by Affordable Housing, 741-2883. You got anything else?
That's it.
That's it. All right, we're going to take a break. Jamie Leach is here from First Step. Going to be talking about some help for addictions. And so I'll just leave it at that and let Jamie do the talking. So Shooter, take us to the break. We'll be right back.
Be right back.
Yep. With a large showroom of over 13,000 square feet, the Furniture Depot is your local choice for quality name brand furniture at prices anyone can afford. They carry a great selection of catnapper recliners, power recliners with lumbar support, and lift chairs. Check out Furniture Depot's variety of living room and dining room sets in various styles and designs. And don't forget about their mattress gallery featuring Serta, Symbol mattresses, and adjustable beds. Family owned and operated, that's Furniture Depot, located in the Ozark Shopping Center in Mountain Home.
Do you know where your money goes when you give to charity? At the Salvation Army, 85 cents of every dollar stays to help those in need in our local community. Hi, I'm Captain Spaulding. The money we raise help people in the surrounding 5 counties, including Baxter, Marion, Sharp, Izzard, and Fulton. You can help by donating your unwanted items and by shopping at the Salvation Army store. Those in need get assistance with rent, utilities, sending kids to camp, and many other things. When it comes to this charity, the Salvation Army always helps those in our community.
Our roll burger was only 7 ounces, but now it's 8 with brioche bun and pickles. Comes with its own steak knife, it's really that big. Your best competition is always yourself. Chili's is back, baby, back, baby, back. Oh, baby, Chili's is back, baby, back, baby, back. We're focused on one thing, burgers, ribs, fajitas. Just that one thing, burgers, ribs, and fajitas. We're reeling in our menu because it got out of hand. We had a moment of self-actualization. Chili's is back, baby, back, baby, back. Oh, baby, Chili's is back, baby, back, baby, back.
Have you ever noticed every time you wash your car, you end up wetter than the actual car? Next time, run down to Car Care and let the friendly staff put a smile on your face. Car Care of Mountain Home has a variety of services to clean your vehicle's needs, inside and out. From a simple wash and shine to their outstanding detail services. Located 1525 Highway 62 East in Mountain Home. Stop by Car Care Mountain Home today, because driving a clean car always makes you feel good.
Take a step back in time when going to a barbershop meant more than just getting a haircut. Come into Legionnaire's Barbershop today, a unique gentleman barbershop. Get back in style from a former celebrity hairstylist and a licensed barber instructor who are trained in tonsorial arts and lock removal and happy to give you a straight razor shave. Legionnaire's Barbershop is veteran-owned and operated and located at 848 Highway 62 East in Mountain Home. For a full, old-fashioned barbershop experience, stop by Legionnaire Barbershop today. Nemus Pizza in Gassville, Arkansas is your home for national and international award-winning pizza. Nemus Pizza offers artisan-made award-winning pizza with only the freshest and finest of ingredients. Each pizza is made from scratch and hand-tossed at the time you place your order. And also check out their calzone strombolis, an oven-baked folded pizza stuffed with your choice of meat. Sauce can be on the side or included inside at your request. Nemus Pizza in Gassville, Arkansas, your home for award-winning pizza.
If you want the best breakfast or lunch in the Twin Lakes area, then you've got to come to the Old Time Restaurant. Voted the best breakfast and lunch for 2011, the Old Time Restaurant not only gives you the Southern hospitality right when you walk in the door, they also offer scrumptious breakfast options to curb that early morning appetite. Or stop in later in the day for a tasty sandwich, salad, or a daily special. If a sweet tooth is your guilty pleasure, you can't go wrong with a pie lady cooking out over 30 different types of pies. That's the Old Time Restaurant, located on the square in Mountain Home.
$7:19, almost $7:20. Jamie Leach is here from First Step from Baxter Regional Medical Center. And how you doing? Good to see you again.
Thank you. I'm doing really good. Thank you for having me again.
And so, this issue is ongoing. And It's now a political issue, and so I think First Step at BRMC is probably one of the highlights for people with this type of situation. So I'm going to let you start where you think you need to start and just inform people about First Step right here at Baxter Regional Medical Center and what they need to know.
Okay, awesome. Well, for those of you that don't know, we do a drug and alcohol detox, which is basically kind of a stabilization. So we're just the medical component, which means if you or someone you love is struggling with opiates, alcohol, benzos even for that matter, oftentimes if they quit quickly, abruptly, they will have withdrawal symptoms, physical symptoms that can range anywhere from just, I feel pretty rough to like really severe where they could have a stroke or seizure, that kind of thing. So what we're able to do is bring them in the hospital. They usually stay for a few nights and they're under a doctor's care just like every other patient. Nursing staff have their own room. We give them some medication while they're there to help ease those symptoms. And then again, just like I said, if they're having something more severe, if they should experience a complication or anything like that, they're already there. So it's just a safer way to go through those withdrawal symptoms. And after that, we do require that our folks go through some kind of aftercare program. So in a perfect world, that would mean like an inpatient rehab. And then sometimes we do have people that are still trying to hold on to their employment, that kind of thing. So in that situation, we would try and find them something on an outpatient basis to continue their care. You mentioned political. So I was just reading yesterday, I think it was in yesterday's paper, about a federal grant that was, I think it was a 2-year grant that was given to tackle this problem. I think I wrote down it was just shy of $1 billion grant. And so it's, the states kind of have their own ability to funnel that money how they see fit, that they think is most appropriate for their states. And so, some places didn't have even kind of the basics in place, for aftercare, whereas some kind of already had some treatment options available. And so the places that already had the basic treatment in place are kind of using it for more expansive things like helping people find housing or helping them pay for housing in the beginning, or helping them with job training and that kind of thing, which I think is great because you can pull someone out of their environment, maybe even go through detox, maybe go through treatment, but when you go back home, that's when it can be really difficult. And if you don't have a good home to go back to, or you have no skills and you've never done anything except, maybe use and or even sell drugs, it's difficult to just, make a life out of that. So I just find it interesting that they're using it for things like that. And I think that's a good thing.
So when you talk about let's talk about the prescription pain med issue. What causes? I mean, if the doctor says, "Okay, I need you to take this bottle of pills one a day for 30 days," does that cause an addiction, or what? I don't.
It can, and it's funny because I hear so many stories, and so. Certainly some people, it seems like they kind of can do that and they can just kind of pull out of it when the prescription is done and they're feeling better, they just kind of move on, and that's obviously the intention. For others, it's almost like, and I'm sure you've seen some documentaries and stuff, Chasing the Dragon, there's some other ones about opiate use, and it's almost just like it just kind of sets something off in their brain, when they take it, and they say people have addictive tendencies. I don't know all the details of that, but it really can, and not only that, but you build a tolerance to things too. So I forgot about that. A big thing, the big topic with the opiates is overprescribing, and things like that have been going on, and they're really curbing that nationally. But if you have a doctor that's just going to continue to fill those things and up your dosage, it's real easy to fall into that pattern. And if a doctor's giving it to you, well, it's probably okay, not really, but in your mind, it's like, well, that's legal and it's fine, and so we have people that come in and, I mean, they're taking, it's nothing for them to be taking 40 or more pills a day. And sometimes much more, and sometimes other things along with it. And so for me, I would probably be in coma somewhere. But they are just, their tolerance is so high, and they still have pain on top of that because they're just, not used to it.
So does let me think the right way to ask this question. Let's say that I've been prescribed a moderate painkiller, one a day for 30 days. Does the body start relying on that rather than the natural ability to heal? I'm hiding the pain from the brain.
Right.
So does that eliminate the natural healing process to a certain, can it?
It doesn't eliminate the healing process, but it's funny that you asked that question because this was a recent patient that we had. A lot of our patients that come in are more recreational users, and that's fine. We understand that. And so it's almost easier to detox and care for someone like that because the idea is they're coming off of it forever, whatever the substance is. When you have someone that has legitimate pain, it's a little different because they've grown dependent on it. And so what you were just saying, the pain medication blocks the pain receptor, so you're really not feeling any pain. You might have some pain, but you're not feeling it. So when you pull all that away, you start to feel pain again. You also have pain from the withdrawal. And so it's hard to tell where your pain level is and what it is. And it would almost be like if you had not had experienced any kind of pain for 20 years, it's been so numb to pain. All of a sudden, even regular pain, or maybe a more tolerable level of pain for someone else, is going to seem extremely intolerable because you have not even felt that in so long. And that was the conversation we had with a recent patient because he had some legitimate pain issues, and it's going to be difficult for him because he doesn't want to use the medication, but he may have to have something to manage his pain. And so it's really difficult with folks like that because some people obviously do have pain that needs to be managed. And if it doesn't get, if injections aren't working or alternate forms of treatment, you're kind of like, well, what are you going to do?
Because is there a step down rather than go cold turkey, a step down process?
Absolutely. I think in any situation, now if you've been maybe taking 1 or 2 a day for a very short period of time, you could probably just kind of maybe not take them anymore. If you've grown dependent on them and taken them for any length of time, especially if you've increased dosage over time, definitely the thing to do would be to taper for sure. And on top of that, the best way would be to talk to your doctor about it.
Right.
And they can suggest the appropriate amount. But what I've found, and this may be more opinion than anything from our folks, is a slower taper, because I think sometimes people try and do it too quick and then they start having those withdrawals and then they think they can't do it. They think they can't come off of it. If you do it slowly, you're going to have some symptoms, but they're probably pretty manageable. They're uncomfortable.
Right.
You can probably get through that. So that's something we definitely recommend.
Wow.
Yeah.
Boy, does the patient realize that they're trapped? Is it almost like, I don't want to say incarceration, but I mean, you're being controlled by something other than my own free will.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I do think so. And I think a lot of people, as much as they know they want to come off of it, it's scary because it's almost like, I mean, this may be a weird comparison, but it's like, okay, well, you're going to be fine without this oxygen. You're not going to need to breathe anymore. And like in their mind, it's like, can I do that? I don't know. That sounds so scary. Like I don't want to do it, but I've been on this for so long. So it is scary, and it starts to control everything you do, just like any other drug or alcohol.
Right.
It's like it revolves around that. So, I hear a lot of times like, okay, well, I can't go on this vacation with my family, or I can't do this because I might not be able to get my pills refilled, or I might. And so like you really, it just kind of bleeds into everything. Or if you, obviously, if you run out of your medication and you're having extreme withdrawals and you don't show up for work, and then you've got work issues. And so it is it is keeping you tied down. Absolutely. Yeah.
Wow. Coming up on 7:30, it's actually 7:29 and a half. Visit with Jamie Leach from Baxter Regional Medical Center's First Step Alcohol and Pain Medication Detox Program. Time for a quick break. We'll be right back.
Hello, I'm Charles Ferguson. Here at Mountain View Chevrolet, we still do business the old-fashioned way with honesty and integrity. And we have a good inventory of new Chevy cars, trucks, and SUVs from large to small. Our service department has all GM certified technicians, and our friendly salespeople are ready and eager to fit a car straight to your needs in a price range you can afford. We also have a lot full of pre-owned cars and trucks, program and new car trade-ins to choose from. So come see us at Mountain View Chevrolet.
Jim Brown Company keeps you cool when it's hot and warm when it's not. A trusted name in the mountain home community, Jim Brown Company provides timely heating and cooling installation and repairs. Our certified technicians incorporate new technology on every job to provide you with the most advanced services. At our metal fabrication shop, we handle projects big and small. We've created everything from commercial ducts to custom designs.
I'd recommend Jim Brown Company to my friends and neighbors. The reason being they have high-tech equipment. Their service techs are well qualified for the job that they do, and they also send me a report after all the work is done so I know exactly what my unit's doing.
By visiting our showroom, you can learn all about our heating and cooling products. We'll educate you on your options and help you decide on the right solution. For total comfort at your home or business, choose Jim Brown Company. Quality service with a family name since 1964.
Why would I recommend Hospice of the Ozarks? Because I know the people that work there, I know their hearts, and I know that their desire is to help people with the suffering and the anxiety and the things that can come with either a terminal diagnosis or a terminal condition. We want them to have a peace of heart and to have a comfort and to know that someone's there to help them through that so they can enjoy the time that they have.
You've tried medications just cover up the pain, and you've tried dieting to help lose weight. Before you try something drastic like surgery to get rid of the numbness and tingling, why don't you try a better approach to health? Hi, I'm Dr. Charles Osgood, and at Mountain Home Family Chiropractic, we heal the whole person the natural way.
At Mountain Home Family Chiropractic, we take a hands-on approach to chiropractic care, massage therapy, and nutritional counseling. Our 20 years of service has led to successful results.
When I come in to see Dr. Osgood, sometimes after one adjustment, I have immediate relief. Sometimes it takes 4 or 5 adjustments.
I recommend Mountain Home Family Chiropractic because it really works and keeps me pain-free.
Mountain Home Family Chiropractic supports the community by donating to Mountain Home Food Basket and the Lions Club. Request an appointment with us today at Mountain Home Family Chiropractic. Excellence for your body and frame alignment. Diatley Dental Care is a family-owned dental practice. Doctors Irvin and Christina Diatley grew up in the Twin Lakes area and are proud to serve the community. With modern treatment methods and state-of-the-art technology, they are dedicated to providing exemplary care to patients of all ages. Our compassionate team consistently receives training above and beyond the standard of care.
We're changing the way you see dentistry.
Come be a part of our dental family.
It's that time of
7:33 on this Wednesday morning, visiting with Jamie Leach from First Step Baxter Regional Medical Center's program for alcohol and pain medication detox. And so, what else do we need to talk about? Well, let's talk about the recreational stuff, the really bad stuff, coke, meth.
Oh, absolutely. So I'm glad that you actually brought that up because there's been so much focus on the opiates, you know, which is good and necessary, obviously. But alcohol, meth, all of those other things are still super prevalent. So we see a ton of that too. And it's just equally as, you know, controlling and addictive is the word I was looking for. So we really are, we know, like looking at our stats and everything, we still have a pretty good balance of all different substances. And I may have mentioned this before, but I guess for First Step purposes, you know, meth obviously is huge in our area, or different areas as well. So when you do a detox, a full medical detox, generally speaking, you're not going to detox someone if they're exclusively a meth user. So if that's pretty much their only substance, maybe marijuana too, but if that's their main thing. Most of the time in the withdrawals from meth, pleasant, and certainly that person's not going to feel well, and they're going to be super moody, and they're going to have all kinds of things like that. But it's more of like a behavioral issue, than like a medical. So they generally don't require a full hospitalization. There are extreme cases, like if you have meth-induced psychosis, where you're hallucinating and thinking a lot of things, that's a more extreme case. But if you're kind of in your typical withdrawal from meth, we don't generally hospitalize people. However, what we would do is just point them to like a rehab and stuff like that to start with that. Now, a lot of our patients are polysubstance, so we will take folks that are maybe withdrawing from opiates and they're also a meth user. That's okay, as far as detox purposes goes. But I just mentioned that because I think a lot of people aren't clear on that, or maybe don't quite understand that. So, and I've found that it pretty much common throughout the state and other areas. That's pretty much the way that is handled.
Can you imagine meth and pain med?
Mm. Well, it's like a roller coaster, because if you think about it, it's like your meth obviously, is more of an upper, and then you got the opiates down. And so it's almost like people get too much of one thing and they don't feel good, so they kind of treat it with this. And it's just, they're just all over the place. I mean, the combinations and the amounts of things continually surprise me, and I'm not real easily surprised, but it just goes to show how, again, I guess tolerance and those types of things can really just build up in a person.
I guess I have to ask, why would I want that in my bloodstream?
Well, it's a very good question, but in the beginning, I think it's just so deceptive. That's why, because in the beginning, like, I'll just use meth as an example, or even alcohol, because alcohol is obviously more common and something that some people use in a way that's appropriate and that kind of thing. So let's say you have a drink of alcohol and maybe it kind of calms you down a little bit, or, kind of loosens you up a little bit. Well, that's appealing. But if you take it to an extreme, obviously you have all these other bad things that start to happen from it. Well, it's the same with pretty much any drug. The only reason people do it in the beginning is because, wow, this is amazing. I feel so great. And like with meth, you have this like rush of energy and you can do all this stuff and you just feel like it's so great. Well, over the course of time, as you can see, there's never been a successful meth addict. I mean, it does not happen. That's not a thing.
Some of the pictures I've seen are terrible.
No, yeah, it's not a thing. It's never happened. But I don't think anyone really goes into it thinking that it's going to go to that level. If you did and you knew, you wouldn't do it. But I think it's easy to like deceive yourself and think that you can control it, or that that's not me. And so you especially a younger person, obviously that maybe doesn't have as much, maybe has some peer pressure, maybe just isn't as educated about what it does, which is why I'm a big fan of educating children younger.
The DARE programs?
Yes, yeah. Starting younger. And they're starting some other programs, I think, as young as 5th grade too, that go a little bit deeper into that, and I think that's very appropriate.
Years ago, when I worked at Harold's Auto Parts, a guy came in and he wanted a gallon of battery acid and a case of carburetor cleaner. Now, if you've ever had either one on your skin, you know. Yeah. Carburetor cleaner, you get it in the aerosol cans. We used to get these old carburetors. I mean, they'd still be on the engine, and you couldn't hardly see the mechanism because of the gunk on them. And you spray that stuff on after about a minute to 90 seconds, and it's a nice, bright, shiny piece of aluminum. It just eats the stuff off. So after the guy had left, and another thing is battery acid. You don't need to add battery acid to a car battery because they come in wet. And car batteries, you add water, because once the acid is put in and the battery's at a full charge, then you add water, and you can't put acid on top of the water. It'll boil it back out. So there's really no need. And for a gallon, so after about an hour, one of the Arkansas State policemen walked in, was on DEA, Drug Enforcement Administration. And I said, why would somebody need a gallon of battery acid and a case of carburetor? Meth lab, where'd they go?
Mm-hmm. Right.
Battery acid and carburetor, come on. And you're putting that in your bloodstream?
True, absolutely true. But think about how many people that smoke cigarettes, and think of all the chemicals and additives in there.
Goodness, yeah.
And it becomes very mainstream and acceptable. So it's almost like The meth obviously is worse, and I know that sounds much more extreme, but again, especially in the younger population, when they haven't lived long enough to see the effects in people that they know, because when you're young, your friends are your life. It's that group. You don't care what this 50, 60-year-old down there, what's happened to their life. You're concentrated on your group of friends, and so they really just haven't seen it take its full effect on people that they think are cool or that kind of thing. So I think in the younger population, that's part of the problem. When you get older and you start and you know that, I don't know, I think it's just, who knows, maybe you just want to try it and then there you go. They say 90% of people that try meth become addicted pretty quickly.
And I'm with you. You start looking at what they're using to cut it with the battery acid, stuff like that. And I'm sure, these meth people are trained laboratory professionals.
Absolutely.
Doing this, and they're going to get it right every time on the money.
Oh, man.
When you look.
And they care.
You got
they care about
carburetor
you.
cleaner, you got battery acid, you got Drano.
Yeah.
And then what was sinus pills or allergy?
Absolutely,
what was it?
Definitely Sudafed and
pseudoephedrine.
And now they're adding, what's that?
Fentanyl.
Fentanyl and
Jamie's
stuff
one
to
that
it.
said one time, fentanyl, is like 5 times or 10 times more.
And then there's even a step up from that with carfentanil. It's not as common, I don't think, as the fentanyl. But carfentanil is an elephant tranquilizer. So can you imagine how much a tiny bit of that, would do to a human? It's just insane. And that's the thing, it was just in the opiates that you were hearing more about the fentanyl being an issue, but it's really, now it can be, they're seeing it in meth, cocaine, and anything. It's so small, such a small amount is needed. So think if you're having it made in these labs in Mexico, for example, and they're bringing it over the border. Think about what a small package you could bring it in much more discreetly and it would go so much further. So it's so much more cost effective. It's easier to get into the country, and it's just, deadly though. But like you said, think about these people that are putting it in there. They don't know what they're doing, and they're probably high as a kite too. So it's scary. It's scary for our young people, especially, I think.
So I was discussing this with, I think it was the Attorney General when she's here Saturday. We did a 20-minute interview with Leslie Rutledge, and we were talking about this. The psychological part of wanting to do drugs and can't get off, and Sheriff Montgomery and I, we talked about this. I can drive through a neighborhood and not once do I think, oh, I wonder if they've got diamond rings or necklaces, or wonder if they've got big TVs. I could care less what's in somebody's house. I don't want to break in somebody's house, and I don't want to take meth or cocaine or marijuana, but yet some of these people work and strive to try to get more and more and more. So the criminal mind, or the mindset of somebody that wants to smoke dope or wants to do coke or meth, any studies done on why?
Yeah, definitely. So, and I don't know, I wish I probably should have brought, in retrospect, some of those statistics, but I have read a lot about it and taken some, continued education on it. So basically what happens with any type of drug is it changes your brain, and so that you can do brain scans and you can see normal brain, and then kind of this is that old slogan, this is your brain on drugs, with the egg, you remember that?
I remember.
Well, it's kind of like that. It's so when we're going, that doesn't make sense, why would you do that, why would you risk this, why would you risk losing your kids, why? You're thinking with a normal brain. So when you're thinking with an addicted brain, your thought processes and your ability to control your impulses is impaired. So that's why a lot of people will argue that addiction is a disease, much like if you had started smoking cigarettes and developed lung cancer. Granted, you brought it on yourself from smoking, much like you use the drugs, you brought it on yourself, but it still creates change in your body that is now a disease. And so that's kind of, because I was kind of do I think it's a disease or do I not? But when you think about it in those terms, that makes sense, because you've really changed your body and your brain. Those things can repair themselves, and you can get that with time. You can, go back in the other direction, but that's why it never makes sense. That's why it's that's so crazy. Why would anybody in their right mind do that? Well, you're probably not in your right mind at that time. So that's why it's so hard to anticipate and control. And any addiction, the word that I always think of, it's like insatiable. So you're never going to have enough. It's never enough. And once you do your last line or hit or whatever, you're already thinking about where can I get my next one, because you don't ever want to run out. It's continual.
Man.
It's really it really does keep you in chains, really. Kind of the thing that you mentioned earlier. So
Visiting with Jamie, Jamie Leach, First Step Baxter Regional Medical Center at 7:45. Time for a quick break. Be right back.
It's that time of year again. Time to take a hard look at your Medicare health plan. If you're looking for a new plan or looking to renew your existing plan, now's the time to renew all your options. At Backo Insurance, we'll sit down with you and show you all the new choices and options, including $0 premium plans with low copays and dental, vision, and hearing benefits. Let us help take the confusion out of selecting a plan and find one catered to your needs. Contact Backo Insurance today, located at 351 East 9th Street, Suite B in Mountain Home.
Come on down to In the Company of Dogs, where your dog will be treated like family. We offer professional service with over 30 years experience for all your grooming and obedience needs. Away from home during the day and your dog is left home alone? No problem. We also offer doggy daycare. You can be assured that your dog will be comfortable at all times, and we never use any harsh correction. We're located in the College Shopping Plaza in Mountain Home, next to the Dollar General, or give us a call at 870-232-1784. It's a great day in the company of dogs.
Life is too short to wear boring clothes. Welcome to Shabby to Chic Salon and Boutique, where we carry the latest trends and fashions and accessories at prices anyone can enjoy. Feel beautiful while looking fabulous with a large range of fashions that fits anyone's sense of style. You're sure to discover something unique and new at every visit. Shabby to Chic also features 12 professional stylists, aesthetics by Amy J, a nail technician, and 4 tanning beds. Excite your style at Shabby to Chic Salon and Boutique in Mountain Home.
When you need durable and comfortable hospital scrub stat, you need the Uniform Shop. The Uniform Shop is the place for top quality uniforms, carrying a great selection of name brands including Carhartt, Cherokee, and Grey's Anatomy, as well as shoes from Clogs, Softwalk, and Landau, stethoscopes from Littman, blood pressure cuffs, scissors, name tag retractable, compression socks, paramedic BDUs, and Rocky boots. The Uniform Shop also offers customizing, embroidery, as well as minor alterations. Let us put you in uniforms. Shop the Uniform Shop.
Whether you're a professional lawnscape contractor or a homeowner in need of quality lawn equipment, Moran's Lawn and Garden has you covered. Moran's is the longest originally owned lawn and garden business in Mountain Home, with a 5,700 square foot warehouse packed full of new current year inventory for all your lawn maintenance needs. Moran stocks a full line of factory parts, and they service everything they sell, offering top names like Grasshopper, Hustler, and Country Clipper. Moran stands behind their quality service with thousands of customers using their products daily. Moran's Lawn and Garden, servicing the entire Twin Lakes area.
With a large showroom. $7:48. Continue our discussion with Jamie Leach from First Step of Baxter Regional Medical Center. And what else you got first, Jamie?
Well, I just wanted to kind of, leading into kind of wrapping things up, I just wanted to mention, we talk about all these things and how horrible and destructive they are, and that's certainly true. But I think if you're listening and maybe you're struggling with an addiction or substance abuse or know someone that is, I just also want to point out that there are a lot of good, happy endings to some of these stories. So, and I don't think we hear that enough. So I have a friend who will remain nameless, but that came in to the First Step program a while back. And, when he came in, he was really, really struggling. He had... his family had kind of fallen apart. He was struggling with alcohol specifically. And I had known him from before, and so we were kind of got to talking, and he was really sharing with me that he was struggling. And, of course, I was very concerned about him, just like any other patient. But so anyway, he went through our detox program, and he said that helped tremendously. So I was, really glad to hear that. He was really complimentary of our staff, which they are. We have a great staff, great doctors and nurses, and so anyway, he was, like I said, struggling with alcohol. Once he completed his detox, he went on to do a lot of AA meetings and aftercare and some things that we had helped, lined up for him. Since that time, he has just really taken off. So he's one of those people that just really sticks out in my mind as someone that is someone that you can kind of look to emulate. So he's gotten his family back on track. He has a precious little girl. He has since then very recently married his longtime girlfriend. So they are back as a family, which is always a good thing. I love to see that, especially when kids are involved. He has a wonderful job now. He's able to help other people that are struggling with issues like him. They just recently bought a house, a beautiful home, and he attributes his success to his faith, in Christ. And I will tell you, I'm kind of biased about that, because anyone that I know that has had long-term sustained success with addiction, really it oftentimes goes back to their faith.
Good.
I do think that God puts people in our path that can help, and I'm very honestly proud to be a part of First Step, because I think it's so needed in our community, and I think we're just kind of a tool maybe that people can use to kind of just start the process of getting back on track. And so I just really, if you're listening and you're struggling, please call. I hate to think that people don't call because they're nervous or...
I'm afraid somebody's going to find out.
Right.
And
Stigma, all that is totally confidential when you call. I take it very seriously. We've had a lot of addiction issues in my family, so trust me, definitely not there to judge you. Just want to talk to you and see if we can help you. We just start with a phone screening at First Step, so call us. It's just going to be myself or my supervisor, Christy, and we'll talk to you and just kind of, see what's going on. Just tell us what's going on in your life, and we'll try and kind of narrow down what your options are. If you need detox, awesome, we'll bring you in there. We'll set a date and time to bring you in and help you through that process. If you don't need us, that's okay too. We can point you in another direction. We can also help you arrange for that aftercare. I use that word a lot, and that's just kind of a blanket term for counseling, rehab, support groups, whatever kind of combination of things we can find to help you. Also, a lot of employers in our area, if you're willing to self-disclose the problems that you're having, are willing to keep you as a employee. Not all, so you might want to check on that, which I think is great. And so oftentimes they will give you that time off that you need to kind of go get the help that's available.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's good. That phone number, 508-7590, is that correct?
Absolutely, yeah. 508-7590, go straight to our office. We're there Monday through Friday. And one other thing is just, a lot of times people are worried about cost and things like that, which I certainly understand. If you have any kind of medical coverage, whether it's Medicare, Medicaid, Affordable Health Care, Blue Cross, most of the time it's covered. About 99% of the time it'll cover our services, and if not, then again we can try and find you some alternate forms of treatment. But I just implore you to call, or if you have a family member that's struggling, if you can at least get them to pick up the phone and kind of start the process. I think once they talk to us, sometimes it's not as scary, because they realize, oh, these people are pretty nice and pretty easy to talk to, and maybe I can get some help. Maybe there is some hope for me, and there is a lot of hope and a lot of help available, and we'd be thrilled to help you in that process.
What a program. Boy, how do you follow up something like that? I mean, and the whole point of the program, we're here to help. Mm-hmm. And the reason I called Jamie's, this is third or fourth time she's been on the program, and we bring her in from time to time to kind of re-educate folks. There is help available. Mm-hmm. I think the number one thing is, I don't want anybody to find out.
Definitely. And I understand that. I mean, I definitely do. And, small town is probably a little bit more. So when people come in with us, if they want to be put in as like a confidential patient, that's something we can do too. True. So that no one would be able to call and ask or, anything like that. We really protect your privacy. We only allow phone calls from people that you've listed, and they have to have a password. And so it's, it's a very secure,
that's good.
Yeah, a very secure thing that we do. And I know I mention this all the time, but I guarantee you there's someone out there right now that's listening that's thinking that they need help, and I know it's difficult. I know it's affecting your family. There's so many kids going in foster care because of this. There's so many grandparents raising their kids because of this. People just need. I really think people just need a purpose. That is such a big thing. People just don't really see the reason to quit, because what for? Why?
Really?
Yeah, a lot of people just don't have a purpose or something to look forward to. And
they
I
use
think
it as an escape route?
Yeah, definitely. Especially if you don't have any family support, or maybe you've just never really thought very highly of yourself, and that can be turned around. I tell you, I wish we did have more time, because I can tell you a billion success stories, and it's anyone from meth, opiates,
Really?
alcohol, people that have been through lengthy prison sentences that you just would have never thought or would
Really?
have turned their life around,
Wow.
and they are just doing awesome.
Really?
Absolutely. So I just think there's never a hopeless cause. It's never too late. It doesn't matter how old you are. I mean, we're 18 and over, and we see people of all of those ages. I mean, way into our senior population.
Really? Wow.
Yeah. People don't think about the seniors as much, but they struggle too. And a lot of those folks have had things that have caused them to have to use pain medication, and so they might be struggling with that, or after a surgery, maybe they've taken their medication and they've grown dependent on that. We can help them with that too. So it's kind of a multifaceted, tool that people can use.
I had a family member back, I'm going to say in the early 80s, that became addicted to aspirin.
Wow,
And you
really?
wouldn't think, and it caused depression.
Yeah.
And they finally, they went to University of Missouri Hospital at Columbia?
Columbia, yeah, I believe so.
And they went up to Columbia, Missouri, and found out that the family member was taking like 15 to 20 aspirin a day, and had been doing this for maybe a year or longer, and it developed a type of depression to the point where they had to have the aspirin, and that dependency, and was basically bedridden. And once they said no more aspirin, and went cold turkey off of aspirin, within 6 weeks that person was fine.
Yeah. And a lot, and so you got the physical side, and you got the psychological dependence too. The NSAIDs, I think, is what for some of the pain relievers, like ibuprofen, it's NSAIDs or something like that. And my chiropractor told me too, a lot of people do become addicted to that. And I don't know why I hadn't considered that, because it's over the counter and we don't see that in our little world, but that's something, definitely.
And that's something that the CDC and the federal government's looking at, is more physical occupational therapy with chiropractic care.
Definitely.
I blew out my right knee a couple years ago, and it's been painful, but I've been pill-free.
Nice.
I ain't going to take meds. But Dr. Osgood says, hey, I want to demonstrate this thing on TV, so I did this laser treatment.
Yeah.
Love that thing.
Yeah, see, I was just going to say, I've heard really positive things about laser treatment too.
Oh.
So that's something that I try and kind of, again, tell our patients or other people, try some alternative forms of treatment. There's new things maybe that weren't there 10 years ago.
Exactly.
So, yeah, I agree. I think that's a good point you made, for sure.
I mean, I like the idea that, it's a confident, the phone call is very secure. Nobody's going to know. It's not being shared. When you look at a situation that affects so many facets of your life,
right,
it's crazy to think that you're actually hiding it.
Right.
It really is. It is affecting these things in your life. And, now it's time to get some help and start making some changes. But,
that's right.
It becomes a real burden to hide it.
Yeah.
It's kind of like this double life you have to live.
Exactly.
So,
yeah. Get a hold of Jamie at First Step, 870-508-7590. And the success stories, and the person that you were mentioning was just very complimentary of the program at BRMC.
Awesome.
And
I'm very proud of him. He's a good role model for all of us.
Scooter, you got anything else?
No, I'm out.
A lot of information here. First Step, 870-508-7590 at Baxter Regional Medical Center here in Mountain Home, Arkansas, the First Step program. Final thoughts, about a minute and a half.
Okay. Let's see. What can I... Now I'm on the spot.
Let me see one of your cards right there in that notebook.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This might tell you a little bit
Go
more.
down to BRMC, and just about anywhere in the lobby you can pick these up.
Yeah, we do have them, dispersed throughout the hospital, and a lot of people have called us. We have them displayed in the elevators and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So again, I like to put them out where people can grab them confidentially, because sometimes people don't want to ask their doctor, for numbers, and they're not sure yet if they really want to kind of put that out there. So that's why we do that, and we, or if you're listening too, if you have any kind of group or anybody that you think would benefit from this information too, you can call us for that purpose too, just far as like educational purposes. Sometimes I'll go out and just give little brief talks to people, or even our DHS and some other places like that. So
First Step, 870-508-7590. First Step, the alcohol pain detox, medication detox program at BRMC. That pretty well wraps it up for the day. Have a great day and see you tomorrow, everybody. Thanks.